Good evening and welcome. I'm Brett Daniels with the College Football Playoff, and on behalf of everyone at the CFP, we would like to welcome you all to tonight's news conference. We'll ask now each of the head coaches to make a brief opening comment, and then we'll turn it open to questions. Beginning to my left here, we'll start with the participants of the semifinal in the Fiesta Bowl and Coach Dabo Swinney.
All right, well, glad to be here today, and appreciate all y'all being here as well. We're excited to be in the playoff, and super excited to head out to Arizona. It's a great place. It's a great experience for our players and our fans. So we look forward to that. Unbelievable venue to be able to play a football game in. But just proud of our team. Really proud of what they accomplished this year, and reaching this stage is something that we all shoot for. But only 4 teams get here, so. We're glad to be one of them, and also just congratulations to Ohio State and Oklahoma and LSU. Unbelievable years, and it's been fun to watch these guys, and look forward to a great competition here in the Final Four.
Thank you. We'll now turn it over to the coaches participating in the Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. Please welcome Ed Orgeron.
First of all, it's an honor to be in the playoffs. Congratulations to Dabo. And the great year you've had, and Lincoln, the great year you had in Ohio State. I enjoy watching you guys play. Honored for our football team to be in the playoffs. We have an outstanding group of young men that work very hard, and we're excited to be here.
Thank you. Next, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, to echo what these guys said, it's certainly an honor to be back in the playoff. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, especially this day and age. So congratulations to the other teams. I think it's been so far another great year for college football, and I know this playoff is going to be very exciting. So I'm proud of our team for the accomplishment of getting here, and looking forward to the game.
Thank you, coaches. So we'll now open the floor for questions. Please, again, raise your hand, wait for the microphone, and state your name and affiliation. So if we can begin, we have one here on the right-hand side. To the left, questions?
For Coach Orgeron and Coach Riley, Justin Felder from Fox 5 here in Atlanta. Coach Orgeron, what's the benefit of being back in a city you were just in a week ago? And Coach Riley, have you taken a chance to kind of get the lay of the land, poke your head in the stadium as well in your time here in Atlanta?
Well, obviously it's going to be a familiarity with the Dome. It's our first time in the Dome, but a great place. Our guys are going to stay in the same hotel, so I think they're going to feel comfortable, but that won't matter come game time.
Yeah, no time right now. This 1 week of recruiting has made it an interesting week for all of us. But now excited to get here, to the city, to bring the team here. Certainly get to play in one of the great venues in sports, and yeah, just can't wait to get here and get started.
Over here.
All right. Hey, coaches, I'm Anthony with the Atlanta Voice. Congratulations on being here. This question is particular for Lincoln. I know Ryan Day is delayed with his flight right now, but just with your experience here in the College Football Playoff and being able to go here, be in the playoff your first year, what does that say about coaching and just college football in general, that you and Coach Day were able to make the playoff in your first year as head coaches?
It says we took over a pretty good program. Yeah, it's hard to do. It tells you that you've got really, really good staff around you. It tells you that you've got players that bought in at a very, very early point. And I think those things are always the key. Hopefully Ryan will listen like I did to Coach Stoops. Coach Stoops told me, make sure and don't win it your very first year. You got no chance after that. So, but no, it's a great accomplishment certainly for him and his staff and his team.
Hello, Coach Swinney. Jacques Doucet, WAFB TV in Baton Rouge, to your left in the back. As a guy who was an interim head coach who got the position and became very successful, just your thoughts on Ed Orgeron pretty much doing the same thing and what he's done at the LSU program.
Well, it's incredibly special, to be able to be a part of that type of situation, because the chances of it all coming together and then you getting the job usually is against you, And so I certainly followed Coach O and all that he's done and pulled for him. And it's great to see him get the opportunity. And I think at the end of the day, you got to be a good fit. And he certainly was a great fit for LSU. And he's put a good staff together. He's provided great leadership and stability, and I think more importantly, belief. And he's brought some passion into that program. Not that they didn't have it before, but I just think it's been fun to watch. And then what they've done offensively has been incredible. So I think he's a great coach and one of the good people in the business, and has worked his tail off to have the opportunity. So I'm really happy for him, and it's been fun to watch him have the type of success that he's had.
Thank you, Coach.
Over here.
Coach Swinney, Dan Matthews, right here in the back, hand up. Two-part question for you. Number one, can the Roy bus roll when your team is the betting favorite in the game? But also, two, is that what you use for your team with 2 national titles to be able to make sure complacency doesn't set in?
Not really. I mean, every year you start over, and we remind ourselves of that all the time. You got to earn it every single year. But the Roy bus is fueled up, and for sure, it's been easy this year. I mean, I've really had to really do a whole lot. I've pretty well stated on that, I think, on the record on all that stuff. So I think as a coach, you take free fuel anytime you can get it. But we got a good football team. We've earned our opportunity to get here, and I'm proud of them. At this point, it doesn't matter if you're 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're going to play a great team, and the margin for error is very small. And we just wanted to be here and to have that opportunity. So, we are what we are right now. We're a team with a chance, and hopefully we can take advantage of that opportunity.
Good. Next question there on the aisle.
Hey, Coach Swinney. It looked like Jeff Scott Saturday night already had an idea that might be his last time, as a Clemson coach. Was that a little bit extra special for you, kind of sending out one of your coaches to their own program? And then was it his idea or your idea for him to stay around and coach through the college football playoff? And how special is that to kind of have him around for that last run?
We knew that was take that back. We weren't 100% until Sunday that he had the job, but I had kind of a wink, wink, nod, nod from Michael Kelly. I've known Michael Kelly a long time. He was our ACC football operations guy, and then he was the CFP guy for the first few years there. So, he called me early. I talked to him early about Jeff, and really felt like it was a great opportunity for him. And, we did everything we could to help him. I just think it was a great fit for Jeff and a great fit for South Florida and a great fit for Michael Kelly. So I'm just really happy for Jeff and Sarah and Savannah. Brad, Brad's going to be a huge asset for him. Pretty special to be able to have your dad alongside of you as you get this first opportunity to be a head coach. And he's been with me 12 years, so, it's like sending a son off to college, you're kind of sad, but he's very well prepared. And I'm just really happy for South Florida. I'm happy for Jeff and how it all came together. And, hopefully there'll be some other guys that will get opportunity, through Jeff's opportunity as well. So, I don't really have a big coaching tree, but I got like a twig now and a leaf growing. So he'll do awesome. He's so well prepared and got off to a good start yesterday. So as far as it wasn't really. I mean, it was just one of the questions when I met with him last week was if this happens, let's talk about a kind of a timeline and how we'd want this thing to go and work and what's best for you, and let me. I mean, I'm kind of excited that he's going to be gone for a little while, so I can take them wideouts back. That's kind of my passion, and so my man Grisham, Tyler Grisham is so well prepared. He was a great player for me, and and played 4 years in the pros, and then he's been back with me 6 years. He was a GA for 3 years, and then he's been a player development guy for 3 years. So he's been very patient, very well prepared for this opportunity. So he and I will handle the wideouts, until we break, and then once we get back from our break, Jeff will be back with us full time to finish out. But he'll be down there through next Wednesday, and then again when we reconvene to fly out to Arizona, he'll be all Clemson all the way and until we finish. So I'm excited about that, and same thing for Brad.
Over here.
Hey, Ed, Barrett Salee with CBS and SiriusXM. Joe Brady gets all the love, Broyles Award and everything, but you actually have an offensive coordinator in Steve Ensminger. How has he sort of adjusted to a new and sort of a different spotlight?
He's the MVP. I mean, Steve and I met. We knew we had to go through the spread. We wanted to find someone that could come in and put in the spread and be receptive to it. He's older. He's 61. Joe's 30. They worked like two brothers in there. Been phenomenal. Steve calls most of the plays. He's worked his tail off to learn the spread offense. He's a general. Steve loves LSU. Played at LSU. Has been at LSU a long time. He's a very unselfish football coach. What's best for the football team. So I think that you have to crown him the MVP of the whole deal.
Question up in the back there.
Don Stinson, DNA Sports Talk. First of all, congratulations to all of you coaches. Each of you can answer this, please. What is the one player or two players that have been an extension of you on the field that has put you in this position?
You got it, young buck.
Oh man, tough to narrow down. We've had so many players that have been key to this run. I mean, you're not sitting in this chair if you only got one or two guys that have done that. And so, I don't know that I'd want to narrow it down with our team. I mean, I think our team's bought in. We were and are very young or new, with a totally new defensive system, new quarterback, new offensive line. There's a lot of new around our program, and for our guys to grow like they have through the year, respond to the different challenges, I think says a lot about the whole team.
And I would kind of echo the same thing. I've got a strong senior leadership group, and we got 4 seniors in that offensive line that have been amazing. And then we got a really strong group of leaders on our back 7 defensively. And those guys have really set the tone every week, all year.
I feel that the play of our offensive line has been phenomenal this year, led by Lloyd Cushenberry and Damon Lewis. You look at 2 players exemplify what we're about in selfishness and team is Clyde Edwards-Helaire has had a great season for us, and then Joe Burrow. Joe has brought the spread offense to LSU and has had a tremendous year and leads by examples. Very unselfish player, but the team first.
Emily Van Buskirk, Yard Barker. This question's for all of you guys. If you could characterize and sum up this year's team in one word, what would it be and why? We can start with Dabo.
This year's team, one word, focused. Been really focused all year. Easy group to coach, to prepare with every week. Every single week they've been focused on trying to get the job done. And that has not wavered all year long. And so super proud of them.
Grit. You said one word.
I would say hungry. It's been they've wanted to learn, they've wanted to get better. Just a very strong desire to put themselves in positions to accomplish the things we felt like we could.
Next question down in front here.
Ed right here. Alex Glaze with 11 Alive. For years, we've heard the philosophies, defense wins championships. With the teams that are up here right now. Do you think that has changed? Is it all about offense now? Do you see that kind of being consistent?
I think team wins championships, obviously, and we have obviously been very, very good on offense. But in order for us to get here, our defense has had to improve throughout the season. I think they have. And in order for us to get to where we want to go, our defense has to play very, very well in the Peach Bowl against an outstanding offense. So we're going to face outstanding offenses. So I think you have to win as a team, but I think your defense has to be very, very strong.
For Dabo and Lincoln, a lot because of the guy in the middle here. A guy y'all are familiar with, Coach Saban, is not here for the first time. Is it a little odd to come to one of these things and not see Alabama as part of the field?
We saved a seat for him. He'll be back. Don't fret for Coach Saban. He's the best to ever do it, and unbelievable program. And they had a couple tough games this year, but he'll be back. So it is a little odd to not see him. That's for sure. But he'll be. I don't think he'll be gone very long.
Yeah, same. They pack us in this little glass room here for about 30 minutes before that. And walk in there this year without him there, certainly a little strange. But like Coach Swinney said, he's obviously one of the greats to ever do it, and I'm sure he'll be back.
Over here now.
Dan Matthews again, 6A The Fan. Coach Riley, as you get closer to this game and the NFL season comes to an end, your name is seemingly being thrown out there for some openings in the league. Is that something that could be a distraction for you, even with some of the rumors that are already out there with your name attached?
No.
Matt Connolly with the State, Dabo to your left. Just what kind of a loss is Jeff Scott for your staff, and then what made it so easy to promote Tyler to his role?
Well, that's been our plan for a long time. We finally got a chance to execute the plan. So it's never not been the plan. Tyler's been in line for that receiver job for quite a while, and has had a couple opportunities to leave, but just stayed and has done a great job. But Jeff's a huge loss for us. I mean, he's like I said, been with me for 12 years. Was a GA for me, and then when I got the interim job, I brought him in there with me and kind of trained him up, if you will. And he's just done a phenomenal job in everything that you've ever asked him to do. And one of the main reasons I hired him is prior to becoming the head coach, Coach Bowden used to give me. I ran the camps, I ran the clinics. There was a lot of things that I did for Coach Bowden, and so when you're in charge of those things, you're always trying to get the GAs or the student workers or everybody to kind of help you out. And sometimes full-time coaches aren't quite as antsy to, put the trash bags out where they need to be or whatever needs to be done. But Jeff Scott, whatever you asked him to do, he would so far exceed what your expectation was. And I told him that. I told him when I was in sales, I said, if I ever get a job, you're going to be the first guy I hire. Because he was always early, always late. No job was too small for him. And I was just always so impressed with him. And literally the day I became an interim, I said, all right, here we go. And I said, if I get the job, you got a job. And he loves to tell the story. He went home that night, and he's telling his wife, Sarah, he's so excited. Coach Swinney told me if he gets the job, we got 7 weeks to go, that he's going to hire me. And he said, and then all of a sudden across the ESPN ticker it said, in the last 30 years, 0 interim coaches at the midseason got the job. 0 out of 29 or whatever it was. And so he loves to tell that. But he's awesome. He was a great ambassador, great representative of our program, Clemson University, and unbelievable recruiter too. Just did a great job. Recruited a lot of great young men to Clemson. And but again, he's well prepared. This is the right time, and Tyler is I've literally known Tyler Grisham since the 2nd grade. When I was the receiver coach at Alabama, he would come to camp every year, and I'd coach him in camp, and then I fast-track down the road. I'm at Clemson as the receiver coach, and here comes this 10th grader from Alabama, followed me up to Clemson to camp. So I've known him his whole life, and he's always been an incredible competitor, and he's going to bring a lot of great stuff to that room. He'll put his own personality into it, and he'll be a special coach for us.
Down here in the front.
Anthony Patterson with the Atlanta Voice. This question is for Coach Orgeron. I know the main focus is, of course, to get the win against Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl. But with that win, you guys will be able to go back to New Orleans in the state of Louisiana and bring back that state title. How do you remain focused, and also how anxious are you just to get back home so you can get that?
It doesn't come into play at all in our minds. This is such an important game for us, and we have so much respect for Oklahoma. And just like playing in the SEC, you got to take it one game at a time. And you play great opponents with great talent, with great coaches every week, and you have to prepare, and you have to give it your all. There's no way you can look behind. There's no way you can look ahead. You got to get the most out of each day, and that's what our team is here to do in Atlanta.
Next question up in the back left there.
This is for Coach Swinney. Coach Swinney, Jonathan Simmons from Real Talk Sports here in Atlanta. A question for you, sir. You have been very vocal, and rightfully so, about your faith and belief in Jesus Christ. How does that come across from time to time when you're coaching? Do you find any pushback? And then how does it help you when you get into difficult situations like your team maybe not being considered for this Final Four?
My faith is just a part of everything I do. I mean, I think I don't think it's something that you can, just flip a switch. I think it's got to be ingrained into your everyday life, and so I just try to live my life that way, coach that way, but I don't. My job's to win football games. I know what my job is, but I try to do it in a way that hopefully pleases my maker.
Over here toward the front on the left.
Hey, Will Vandervoort with the Clemson Insider. Dabo, a little bit more on Tyler right here. What exactly does he bring to the position, and how is he maybe a little bit different than Jeff? Because obviously he's played in the NFL and things of that nature.
Well, he brings great knowledge. I mean, he's 31, so he's got great, great experience, great youth and energy to bring in as well. But he was a great player himself, so he just has a great understanding of the fundamentals and techniques. And then I coached him, and so he knows me inside and out, knows exactly what the expectations are for that position and how we do things. Knows our offense inside and out. So I mean, he brings continuity to go along with the knowledge, and just he's going to be a great recruiter for us. He's already been impactful in our program the last 6 years, so this is just another role for him, just promoting him onto the field.
I think we have time for 2 more questions. One in the back there.
Good evening, Larisha Harris with Rolling Out Magazine. You guys talked about a couple of leaders already for your team. Who would you say are guys, regardless of classification, have been unexpected leaders for you guys and have truly stepped up to the plate in that manner?
I'll say I've got a freshman D tackle that's starting for us, true freshman, named Tyler Davis. And I don't think you really expect a true freshman to come in and do what he's done. We've had very few true freshmen start at D tackle, Dexter Lawrence and Christian Wilkins, and this young man has come in and been amazing, and he really is a leader right out of the gate for us. So he'd be one guy on our team that I expected him to be a good player. You just never know how it's going to transition until you start coaching guys. But then also his ability to lead as a freshman is pretty special to watch.
Derek Stingley for us has been phenomenal. Had a phenomenal year, but he leads by example. This summer on Saturday and Sunday, his dad's a coach. You go 1 o'clock and go work out and look on the football field. Him and his dad are working out with the DBs. Just a tremendous work ethic, tremendous young man.
I would say our 2 young safeties, Delaren Turner-Yell and Patrick Fields, they've been instrumental in the improvements we've made defensively. Done a great job with Coach Granch and his system. Been very impressive at a young age.
Our final question here.
Coach Riley, Maceo Hurd, Crush Sports Talk. We got a chance to spend time with C.D. Lamb last night, and one of the guys that he brought up was a local kid, Jaden Hazelwood. Talk about the impact he's had in his freshman year at Oklahoma.
Yeah, Jaden's done a great job. He's he's really come in, learned the system very fast. You know, as a guy that's made a lot of plays for us this year and continues to get better and has an extremely bright future at Oklahoma. Certainly is a very talented kid. We were thrilled to sign him out of here, and has done nothing but, you know, just continue to make us excited about what he can do here at the end of this season and certainly in the rest of his career.
Great. Thank you, coaches. And best of luck in the coming weeks as you prepare for your semifinals. At this moment, we'd like to have you rise, and we're going to rearrange the stage here just a moment for a photo opportunity. We're going to start with you. You and Coach Riley. Start with you. So when we start our photos here, if the still photographers can stand up, we'll get that shot, and then we'll ask everybody to sit down so the video can get their shot as well. So, yeah, Coach Riley. So. Okay, and if you could sit so the video can get their shot. Good. Okay, Coach Swinney, you want to join them now? And again, we'll do the still photographers can stand. Okay, and then video.